I'm going to bet that you want to be a faster runner. So the last thing that you're probably expecting to hear is that you're going to need to slow down in order to do that. And honestly, as a coach, this is probably the concept that I get the most pushback on, which I can absolutely empathize with because that was me too. That it's really hard to wrap your head around the fact that if you want to get faster, you have to slow down. But the truth is that back in 2017, I was able to finally take an hour off my marathon time because I listened to this concept, I practiced it, and it worked, and I got faster as a distance runner, and you will too. The reality is that any distance running event, so think 5K on up, is mostly using your aerobic system. So what that means is that your body needs to utilize oxygen in order to perform that exercise activity. And when we're looking at these distance running events, they are very highly aerobic, with the marathon being about 98% aerobic. And so in order to get better and get faster in those events, you need to train your aerobic system. So you guys have probably heard me talk about before that you want to have an 80% to 20% split of 80% easy running to 20% in that harder intensity zone. So basically you're doing polarized training. So this video is about the why it works and why you need to be spending 80% of your time in that aerobic zone and running at an easy pace. Unlike muscular strength that you can visibly see with the human eye when you spend time strength training, you can't see the internal changes that are taking place when you're engaging in that aerobic exercise or that slow, easy running that you need to be doing. And naturally, that's going to make it much more difficult to trust that it's actually working. So take this video as a promise to you that if you spend about 80% of your time in that aerobic easy pace zone, and for some people it could even mean up to almost 100%, you will get faster, is absolutely mind-blowing, the adaptations that are taking place inside your body, which is what I'm going to share with you right now. Number one, increased heart size and strength. So yes, your heart is a muscle. So as you work it, it's going to get stronger just like any other muscle in your body. And when it becomes stronger and more fit, it's able to push out more blood with every single stroke of the heart. So this is called stroke volume. And so blood is transporting oxygen to the rest of your body and the working muscles. So if more blood is being pumped out with every time your heart beats, your body is going to have access to the oxygen more quickly. So I like to think of this as when you have stronger arm muscles, you can pack a stronger punch. And when you have stronger leg muscles, you can pack a stronger kick. So when you have a stronger heart muscle, it can have a much stronger pump, pushing out that blood faster and better to the rest of your body. Number two is improved blood flow. So aerobic exercise is the best way to improve your blood circulation. When you run in the aerobic zone, the function of your blood vessels improves and they are better able to dilate and constrict as needed to regulate your blood flow and getting it out to the rest of your body more efficiently. Number three is increased number of capillaries. So capillaries are your smallest blood vessels, and they're mostly known for their ability to transport materials between the blood and your tissue cells. So in this case, we're really focusing on the capillaries that are surrounding each of your muscle fibers. So when you run aerobically, it is increasing the demand for the oxygen and nutrients that your body needs. So in response, your body starts to make more capillaries. So as you can imagine, if you have more capillaries in your body, think of it as more little highways for that blood to get to your muscles and get the oxygen into your muscles so that they are working appropriately. So having all of those new capillaries improves and speeds up the delivery of getting those essential resources to your muscles. So number four is really because of the things that I just talked about, is now you have improved oxygen uptake. So the body is now better at extracting the oxygen that it needs to fuel the muscles to utilize during your exercise. Essentially, this is improving your overall exercise capacity. So number five is increased mitochondria number and mitochondria size. So the mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell. It's what's allowing you to have energy, essentially. Every time you go out for that aerobic easy run, your body is creating more mitochondria and making the ones that you already have larger. So this is essentially your body's response to you doing that type of exercise. Your body's basically saying, okay, we need more energy, we need more oxygen, all of these, adaptations that I'm talking about. That's what's happening. Your body wants to be as efficient as possible. And so if you continue to go out on these aerobic runs, these processes are going to start getting more efficient within your body. And that's why the running is also going to get easier over time. Your easy pace is going to get faster over time because your body is responding in the right way. So when you have these larger mitochondria, you have more energy during exercise. They are better equipped to produce ATP, which I won't really get into much here, but it's essentially the source of energy that you need to power your muscles so that they contract more efficiently and essentially just work better. So really everything that I've talked about here, guys, is in response to you going out and doing those runs. So you have to be thinking about this literally every time, every mile you're going out for that easy running. These adaptations are taking place. You cannot hurry them along. They are kind of slow, but I promise they are happening. So you might be asking yourself, well, can't I get this from fast running too? And the truth is that yes, to some extent, you are going to be making some of these adaptations when you are engaging in that faster, high intensity running. But that's the crux of it, is that it is high intensity. And so it makes it really hard on your body, and you're not going to be able to sustain it for a long period of time like you can when you are engaging in slower aerobic running. So that's really where the beauty of all of this is coming from, and why it works so well with aerobic running is because you can go for very long periods of time. Once you're in that anaerobic zone, your body's going to slow down and it's not going to be performing as efficiently as if you were running in this aerobic zone. And so that's why so much of your time has to be spent in this easy running period. Because otherwise, if you try to do it all high intensity, you probably have to take every other day off. You're not going to be able to increase the mileage that you need to train appropriately. And the truth is, guys, if you are mostly doing high intensity running, eventually you are going to burn out or get injured. It's not if, but when, and it's absolutely inevitable. So I hope this video gave you a little bit more trust into why the easy running works and why you want to be spending the majority of your time in that zone. Now, if you're still sitting here questioning, like, I don't know if I'm running easy enough, how can I know? I'm going to point you right now to a video that you should watch, and that is how to get faster with easy runs. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.